Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We have Coach Mark with us again. I am the Inconsequential Runner, and those of you that have seen the first couple of videos, you know what this is all about. It's a fantastic opportunity to pick a fantastic coach's brains and ask brains, plural or singular? Brain. You probably just got one there, Mark, but it's a goodie. Ask some questions. All right. We do this all in one shot. I've completely mangled the start, but I'm not going to retake this. Coach Mark, thank you for joining us. A couple of questions have come through. And actually, just before I ask you this question, Mark, invitation to all of those watching. If you have a question you want to ask Coach Mark, put it in the comments below. Put the question, we'll ask it. Coach Mark, the next question we had for you is about for a runner. And a runner that wants to improve, what is the importance or what is the impact with working the upper body, not the core muscles? Let's do another video on that. In fact, we'll do that next, Coach Mark, but for all the other muscles. So we're talking the pecs, the traps, biceps, triceps, delts. So yeah, if we were to build those up, is there any benefit for running, or are we just literally lugging around weight? What do you think, Coach Mark?
Well, you did right. You don't want to be lugging around weight. There's no real advantage as a distance runner to be top heavy, to be V-shaped like a swimmer. You're going to look great on the start line, but it's not going to help you too much in the race or in the run. But again, having said that, it's important that we do some upper body strengthening, basically because, well, for a few reasons. From a running point of view, it is still useful, and it's important to include some in your gym workout, because a strong upper body means we've got good posture. We have to swing our arms and hold our body in a position for long periods of time. So, you know, if our muscles are tuned in, that's going to work well. And as I said in an earlier video that we did, if the upper body goes to pack, then the lower body will probably follow, and the other way around as well.
Okay, so if we're talking about, and I hope I'm not interrupting you, but you made me think of another question then. If you're talking about that upper body being stronger so it doesn't, you know, I suppose collapse in on itself, is that what you mean? Because sometimes when I'm running and I feel strong, I feel like I'm on top of my feet. I'm feeling like I'm quite tall. Is that what you're talking about? And if it is, what muscles should we be focusing on in our upper body for that?
Well, you should be focusing pretty much on all the upper body muscles that you mentioned. Actually, okay. the pecs, you know, that you know, hold the chest. Certainly want the muscles behind the shoulders and the back, because we spend so much of our day hunched over a desk, you know. So anything that pulls the shoulders back is going to help our breathing, expand the ribs, expand the lungs. So that's all got to be good. All the arm muscle, because again, you want to be swinging your arms. You swing your arms constantly. I speak to people actually who don't focus on their arms, or don't do any gym work at all, and they say they do a race and they say, my arms were so sore afterwards.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, they're because they're not used to working their arms that hard. Yeah.
Now there's something, well, not only that I read, but I believe this to be true, that the more muscle mass you've got, the stronger your metabolism or your body's ability to actually chew through fat to maintain that muscle,
yeah,
energy being stronger. Yeah. Is that another consideration to keeping those muscles at least toned?
It is, yes, very, very much so, which is why you should include some upper body in your gym workout, because it increases your muscle mass. You're not, if you're doing a lot of running, you're actually not going to put on a lot of bulk unless you're really doing massive weights, because you're burning so many calories when you're running. But but they can still be stronger, and as you say, it burns the muscle burns more calories. You've got a higher metabolism, and you'll just be a healthier person as well outside of running, which isn't a bad thing, because again, as I've talked about before, running is a restrictive action. If all you did was running, you might come into problems somewhere down the line. So working on the upper body, as you should the whole of your body, really, balance strength will only help.
Okay.
But you don't need to focus on super strong strength.
No.
It's not probably the most important thing you should focus on to improve your running, but it's certainly not going to hurt. And some upper body strength will help.
Okay. So, be my coach. I do my upper body and I do it once a week. It used to be twice a week, but I've just combined because I had 2 sets. I had the push set and the pull set of the muscles, and I combined it to once. And what I find, it just gives me something different to do when I hit the gym, just focusing on the upper body. And I went today. So let's talk about, for those that are watching, and we have talked about the importance of keeping that upper body conditioned. But if we want to be fast and we're talking the middle to longer distance, don't put too much weight on it. Don't look to be huge. If running's your priority. If it's not, then, knock yourself out. But let's talk about then what that manifests as. And I'll give you an example of what I do, and you can tell those watching, should they do a little bit more, a little bit less, or is that about right? This is what I do. I do 2 sets per muscle group. So for my shoulders, I do 2 sets, chest, 2 sets, but 2 different types of sets. So I do a pull, and then I do flies. Then I do my back reverse flies, pull downs, and then seated rows, but only 2 sets of each. So I just keep moving through triceps, a couple of sets, push downs, overheads, same with the biceps. And what I find is I can do a workout in 45 minutes. I feel like I've teased the muscle. I've done enough to spark, to make them a little bit sore, but I haven't completely destroyed them. That's a bit of a flavor of what I do. Should everyone else be doing something like that, or a little bit more, a little bit less? And is one workout a week enough? Give us a bit of a flavor of what it will look like. And then I think, we can start to wrap this question. All ease, right?
I think what you're doing sounds really good, actually. 2 sets is enough. Because it's a case of balancing things up. I mean, there's no one rule that's perfect, but the advantage of doing 2 sets is you get to repeat that stress from the first set, so it's a little bit more effective than doing 1 set. But if you did 3 sets, you're probably limited to time. You wouldn't be able to do as many exercises. So with 2 sets, you're able to cover quite a lot of ground in terms of different exercises, so that's a good thing. 1 time a week is fine. Given everything else you do, the fact that you run and you do core work, you do leg work, you do all the other stuff, one provides a balanced week, I would think. All right. Yeah. Well, if you could fit another one, that's all right. But it's not one is fine. One you'll get enough benefit, and I'm sure you've noticed benefits from doing once a week on top of everything else.
Yeah, a lot of my strength is sort of maintained, but what I will say that once a week as opposed to twice a week is some of the conditioning has sort of dissipated a little bit. But that doesn't worry me, because I've still got the strength with that loss of conditioning. I'm talking visual. I'm a runner, so I don't care if that outline of my pecs is sort of just blurred a little bit. That doesn't worry me too much. It's going to be more the time on the watch and stuff like that. So, okay. So let's wrap this. So, the only other thing I'll say about my experience in upper body workouts is you can do them anytime. You don't have to worry about fitting it in. Do you do it on a long run day or an easy day or an interval day? I find you can almost do them anytime. I do them on my rest day on a Friday. So Friday becomes completely a rest day really for my legs and everything. And I just go to the gym. And what I do to warm up too is 20 minutes on the bike. And I don't know if this is clever or not, but I back pedal for 20 minutes because my legs have been going this way all week. So I back pedal for 10, 15 or 20 minutes, and then I front pedal for 10, 15, 20 minutes. So I'm on the bike anything from 20 minutes to 40 minutes. So, and that's my warm up, and then into the upper body. So
I think that's great. I mean, that's in a few ways. So your lungs and your heart, they don't, and your brain, they don't know what cardio you're doing. Just know you're working. They're working harder for 20 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever. So so that's one thing. And the other thing is, because you're back pedaling and pedaling, there's no jarring on the legs, so your running muscles are actually getting a bit of a break while still working the cardio. So it's serving as a recovery session as well as boosting your cardio, and it warms you up for the upper body session, which is also resting your legs, and there's no jarring there. So it's a great session all round, sounds to me.
All right, all openness here. When I'm on the bike, I'm not really pushing the cardio. I turn the resistance right down.
Yeah, no, well, that's all right.
Flushing my legs. People might think I'm working, I'm not. So, coach, if you wrote that in my plan that I should be cardio, I got to confess right now, all I'm doing is just spinning the legs, and I love it. Anyway, I'm not going to even let you reply to that. I may have just doubted myself. Okay, upper body. Okay, so if you're a runner, don't neglect your upper body. There's reasons to keep it conditioned, because it helps you just stay upright, keep the lungs open, everything like that. And you have life going on outside of running. So keep your upper body conditioned, but be conscious of the fact that if you're smashing the gym 3-4 times a week with the upper body and you're taking on huge amounts of food, it's likely to impact your running by slowing it up a little bit, just because of the scientific thing that you're just carrying more mass, and that's going to slow you up. So you can choose what you want to do, but maybe a workout session once a week, doing 2 sets, first set to get the muscles going, second set to give them a bit of a hit. That should be enough for most runners and put them in a pretty good state, I suppose. Is that right, Mark, or have I got something wrong there?
No, that sounds good, actually. No, that's all. That's what I think. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Yeah.
All right, let's make that a wrap then. I think because we won't talk about upper body too much, because I think everything else contributes to running, but at least we've done the maintenance, answered the maintenance question on what should we then do with the upper body. Coach Mark, like you mentioned, in terms of how we use our arms in running, there's a previous video. If you're watching this one and you want to know about that, it's about 1 or 2 videos back. Go and have a look at that. Coach Mark, we're going to stop this video right now and say goodbye in a second, but our next video, hang around, is going to be on core work. So if you're watching this video live, the next one's going to come out in 3 days. If you're watching this video and it's about a week old, just click to our next video. It's going to be on the core and what do we do for that and the importance of that. Let's say bye. Goodbye from me, Coach Mark.
See you later. Bye-bye.
All right, Dan, catch up with you in just a moment. Take care. Bye.
Sure.